What's going on, everybody? I am Captain RoBear, and this is Saved by the Spell 3, Tormund's Quest 20.
Throw another number in there, please. Just throw another one on top of everything else.
Pack it in. Pack it in.
I'm gonna start to need a whiteboard over here so I can write down the cipher that's going on.
I'm not Captain RoBear 1984. You know, it could be worse.
So what you're telling me, man, is somewhere deep in those numbers, there's a secret about tonight's episode. And if you put out enough Stream Loot cards, it'll change it all, and you'll find out the secret. And the secret will be...
I'm drinking a fine RoBear 84 over here.
Oh, thank you. I prefer the 69 personally, but
Smells like Dozier.
Now, see, I was at 68. At 69, I think they stopped and turned the whole production facility around and just absolutely turned it to
How are you guys doing, man?
Dude, I'm awesome. How are you? How about you, Adam? How's your week, man?
it's good. I am so ready for things to go back to normal. If life is normal.
Adam, I need your camera to come down a little bit because I got you hanging on the edge. Forgot to check your headroom. Yeah, there we go.
You guys can see Darth Maul.
Is that why your room is red tonight?
Yeah, of course.
He did get excited about Darth Maul in Clone Wars. I have seen the tweets.
Of course I did.
I've seen the man's tweets.
Listen, I don't know if you guys know, but there's a couple things I really, really love. One of them is Dungeons and Dragons. Shocker, I know. And then Star Wars, which no one ever really could tell at all. But, you know, it's fine.
You know what? The decapitated stormtrooper in the back, I just noticed.
Oh, that old thing, you know, not the holocron sitting right there. That's fine. It's fine.
So Adam, let me tell you a little story of when I was, I guess, middle school or the very end of grade school age, and I'm going to the movie theater inside the mall, which will date me at the time, and I'm going to see George Lucas's extended cuts of Star Wars, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. I've never got to see Star Wars on the big screen, and I'm pumped up. And then there's this really weird Jabba the Hutt scene for like, I don't know, like 10, 15 extra minutes. I still, to this day, I've never revisited and watched that, but I remember that, like, he's like out there and it's just like this slug, like this CGI slug that's just hanging out, like, kind of in the middle of nowhere with Han Solo for a little bit.
Solo. With his tongue.
Oh, that's a man you don't want to take out of his lair.
Yeah, no.
Well,
He becomes so much less menacing.
Well,
yeah.
You didn't realize that his lair was much more Dark Crystal and Jim Henson like the CGI version just don't work, you know. You just gotta.
Yeah.
Oh man, those are good times.
Oh gosh,
good times, my dude. Radio, you have any announcements for this week?
Oh, day 2 of 3 when it comes to D&D, and then I think it has been decided that Saturday is going to be more of CFC shenanigans, because I got my I got my lightsaber last weekend, and we went and did something. Oh yeah, it was Indiana Jones quest, and there are more tall tales to be had, and you know, more grog to share and more icy shenanigans to take part of. So that'll probably be Saturday night if you want to join us on the stream.
Heck yeah. Let's go, dude. I'm glad we finally got you that sword, and you actually saw a little bit of lore between us screaming and shouting.
Well, you know what? And I'm notorious for pissing all over lore and cutscenes just because I'm excited and want to talk.
Shut up, radio! You gotta listen to this part. I'm having too much fun.
Wait, you want me to stop this party train and listen? Well, you dude.
You gotta realize, chat, radio's spirit animal is an IROC. The quicker you understand that, the more Get out of this relationship.
Oh my god. No. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up right now.
My whole perspective on you has changed.
All right. Remember this. I was raised in Orange County, but all my family's from Bakersfield. So I didn't have a chance.
Amazing. Adam, you got any announcements this week, my dude?
No, not too many announcements. Trying to think. No, not really. Just plugging away, surviving. Excited for another wonderful night of D&D. Some friends.
Yeah. Yeah, announcements over here. Same old thing. D&D tonight, D&D tomorrow, Sea of Thieves on Saturday. I think we're gonna continually play Magic on Mondays with 1UP, so look for us to do that as well. But I'll tell you, man, today when I saw that Assassin's Creed Valhalla promo,
You didn't you?
yeah, man, if I had time during the day, it made me want to go back and play a little bit of Odyssey because Malacca, you know,
Malacca.
I freaking love that game, and I never got to finish it. And oh god, that was good. Reminds me of grinding 12-hour streams every day. That was a great game to have if you wanted to rack up some stream hours.
So long. Yeah, I've been waiting for that game to get announced for so long. Looks amazing.
Oh,
I played Odyssey.
You're cutting out, my friend.
I'm cutting out.
Yep.
Am I better now?
Yeah. Just might have to move the microphone a little closer.
Yeah. I'll just move in. But yeah, I've just been waiting for that game for so long, and I'm so excited that it got announced, and so excited to play it because Vikings are awesome.
And Vikings, man, they have gotten a lot of polish over the last 15 years. There's a distinct style of heavy metal, braided, super attractive Vikings these days. Like, these are truly not your grandpa and grandma's Vikings anymore, man. They got a distinct style to them. Oh, and even, of course, they worked in a good Odin scene in the trailer.
Oh, of course.
I mean, Odin didn't do anything for him. It was classic dickhead leans on a tree and turns into a raven, but, you know, that's a good enough sign for them.
Hey, it's all the inspiration he needed to get what he needed to get done.
True.
Mm-hmm.
That game, it looks, I mean, naturally, Assassin's Creed is a little gory because you're Assassin's Creed. But yeah, this one, it looks like they're going to amp that up a little bit. Yeah, axes do a little bit more crushing than swords do.
Well, as long as they don't go, Mortal Kombat level, we should be all right.
Yeah, it's not a stealth game anymore.
All right, if you play Assassin's Creed as a stealth game, you're just playing it wrong.
It definitely has Witcher feels to it when you get in combat. When you're like kind of lateral swinging around, and you're like you just kind of want to go.
So true. That for later. I'm gonna put that timestamp right there. Perfect. That'll be on the highlight reel.
I mean, if you really want me to go there for you, I can. I believe I know the piece right in here. If it's
are you cutting to it?
I have Witcher sounding music. Oh yeah. If you really want to notice, my light battle tracks are all Witcher sounding.
Toss a coin to your DM, oh chat of plenty, oh chat of plenty.
And on that moment, I think we should get back into where we left off last week.
Where did we leave off last week?
Well, you know what? Where we always do, thanking Roll20 and D&D Beyond, because they're rock stars. Appreciate you guys for everything that you do. Last week on Tormund's Quest, finally finishing up inspecting this lighthouse of doom, you revealed its alternate form, completely destitute, left in ruins. You encountered a mysterious group, some sort of lightning cult to Talos, where you met, oh my god, Eris. I almost said Ares because we're talking about Odyssey. And several lightning formed individuals. You guys proceeded into a massive battle where Gale has gained an extra form. Tormund has called upon the god Morden himself and been bestowed the hammer, Stormbringer. As you guys were able to vanquish yet again this lightning cult and that avatar of Talos, you guys GTFO'd on the back of Direkt's giant phoenix, cutting through the sky as that storm was cut to pieces by angels. We're gonna pick up, not in flight. We're gonna sit down a little bit on the coastline, just picking up everybody staring out into the ocean where this lighthouse is actually no more. Storm has cleared. It's about evening time at this point. Get a little bit of that good sailor's sunset. Good pinks and oranges. Little bit of Vice City in the sky. And this time, you look towards the sea and those rocky cliffs and levees that were there. You can see the structures of just ships that have piled up over time that have obviously been hidden by magic. It's incredible, the sheer volume of how long this operation seems like it's been going on.
It is sad, in a sense. They had no chance.
Also, they could be put to the test for some fucking lightning god. Sorry, Gale.
Not my god. I know it is not my fault, but I still somehow feel responsible. Maybe if I had not run so long or made my way here earlier, then...
Gale, look around. They've been doing this a long time. None of this has anything to do with you.
No,
Talos already knew of your existence. He already knew you were out there.
But I don't think they did. They had some sort of understanding, but they did not... They were looking for me. I know I can't know destiny. I know I can't fix the things that have happened, but I still can't help but feel... Nah.
They were trying to find more people like you, Gale. As Tormund said, it's a burden you shouldn't have to carry. To think about the situation. All of the future sailors that you may have saved by what happened here today. That's what matters.
That is true.
And if you can't see beyond them, you saved our asses. Checking out that big lightning tower right in the middle.
There's no telling where we'd be, Gale, without you.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
What did it look like?
What did what look like?
When I was more. When I was this.
The Lightning Man?
Yes.
Gale, I wouldn't expect you to possibly have encountered this before, but have you ever seen in full elemental enrage past these clouds? Is that something you've ever encountered before? Earth, fire, wind?
Not to that capacity, no.
I haven't seen something like that. It's like melding a campfire and your body together. You're the physical embodiment of raw, natural energy. It's you. But it's you as lightning. See the form of your body, where you were. Nothing but electricity. Not gonna lie, it's pretty damn cool.
I felt so much power. It was almost intoxicating. I felt like I could do anything. And I quickly found out I could not. When I was with Talos, I saw a court more like Ares, but I don't know if his court or some other courts, but there was multiple people, multiple members there, all I assume with gifts like mine. And I can only assume they all know about me now. So that means we should tread carefully. To some regard.
Well, Gale, it's a funny thing when you start building a reputation around yourself. It tends to be something that you're never going to be able to run away from. This is just the beginning of that lesson. If you live to become an old man like me, some areas of the country, your reputation will precede yourself.
It's almost humorous to me. I've sort of been, in some ways, running from the Underwood name. And now I have a new name. And I'm already like, well, great. Now too many people know the new name. Irony, I guess. But I made a commitment to you, and I made a commitment to myself that I would not run from this name. I chose this name. And I chose this path. And as long as I am with you, well, I am interested to see where this goes. Can I just say that out of all of this, the craziest thing is talking to the big crab? Like, is that weird? Out of everything that happens, me conversating with a crab is the weirdest thing I can think of.
Never spoke to an animated crab before?
Not one of that size, no. That thing was huge.
Don't forget, Gale, he promised us some shinies if you saved his master.
We should talk to him. I'm curious what happened to his master. It was unclear.
Hopefully Mario got set free. He was either with his friend or he's crossed over.
Gale, I believe you set him free.
I hope so. You know, the first chained sailor, I guess if you want to call it, I came to, there was this moment of recollection. He thanked me. And I think, well, it felt good. You can do some good things with this power. I am seeing that, and it feels good.
Remember, that is your choice to perform the deeds that you do. It's the man that governs the body. That choice is always yours. As you saw here today, there were plenty of people who made the opposite choice.
That is true.
For a second there, he didn't think you were going to make the right decision. I had faith in you, though.
You are full of shit, Tormund. I looked you in the eye.
No, that was me getting ready to shit myself if he decided to turn against us. But I knew he wasn't.
This boy.
The offering was very nice. I mean, it was something I've chased for a long time, and had maybe that conversation happened a week ago, well, I might be a completely different person. But as fate or destiny would have it, I met you guys first. And what they were doing, I could never align myself with. The choice was easy. I just had to buy enough time to get close. And that guy seems like an ego-filled maniac. And trust me, when you're dealing with parties and nobles in Neverwinter, all it takes is for you to stroke the ego, and you can get anything you want.
I stroked his ass. Stroked his ass with my new hammer.
What the fuck is that? That thing is incredible. May I see it?
I'm gonna hold out in front of him.
Gonna grab it. Is it pretty heavy?
It's real fucking heavy.
So I immediately just am like, oh. Yeah. I could swing this. It is fine. Maybe. It is very. Maybe you take it back.
I was gonna say it looks real good in your hands, but you know I'll take it back.
I am more of a ranged. I'm not very melee. I don't. Yeah.
When you're holding Stormbringer in your hands, you can look and you can see this ornately wrapped handle, the runes that run up the side, all the way to the main head, where you can see that emblem. It shines in a white gold. It shows the anvil and fire of creation. Clear signs of the craftsmanship of one of the makers of all makers. A true gift of the gods in a time of need. It definitely has the presence of a weapon not from this world.
That is badass.
Gale, I couldn't put it any better myself. Gordon definitely blessed us with the gift of this hammer.
Robert, when he spoke, did I hear him speak as well, or was it just
Oh
Tormund?
yeah, it boomed out in that area. From what you gather, you're kind of like in this little dimensional pocket. that surrounded the lighthouse. So it was kind of like being in a chamber. So things that happened there maybe not necessarily would have happened out in the field. It was a little bit more pushed away, so that godlike demonstration was even stronger when it struck through the heavens. And my God, I thought those clouds were just dispersing at first, but I believe I saw there were angels that cleared our pathway back to the embankment.
I saw it too.
We've been lucky to make some very, very close friends in high places. I would say we've been very fortunate.
Blessed, one might say.
No doubt. Yet the old man in me can't help but think. Still view you both as children. Like I've given you the reins to the stagecoach at a ripe age of 8 or 9. And then I sit back. I see you haul ass. I am impressed to see the men that you are both becoming. You make an old man proud. I won't ever say that this is anywhere near my last adventure. But as it is one in my twilight, it has been just as prosperous as the ones before it. I guess what I'm trying to say is you young little shits fill an old man with energy, even if it is scarier than hell sometimes.
Dirakt, you wake up before me every single morning. Don't talk to me about energy.
Boy, eventually you're gonna have to piss like this too. It's in your blood. And then you'll be up here making coffee in the morning, and my ass can sleep in. But until that day, Tormund, you're gonna eat your Wheaties and sleep in.
Can I argue the logic in that? If you're having to wake up so much, you know what? Never mind, Dirakt. You're right. Never mind.
I go for a sucker putt and you're thick.
Asshole.
Once you're able to work off that, maybe you'll be able to catch up with me.
You hobble your big ass over to that beach and I'll follow you. Let's go find Sebastian. Oh, God damn, you hit me hard, you son of a bitch.
What? I've seen you stiffen that thing up and take a blow.
Yeah, but I was ready for those. Ow.
That is the secret element of surprise.
I was expecting to hit me.
The prodigal son can't take a poke unless he's raging. Good to know. Yeah.
I would say Dirakt. I appreciate that very much. There's one small flaw in your analogy. I have people who drive the stagecoach. I don't drive the stagecoach, so.
Pardon me, noble of Neverwood. Never Winter, never. God, showing my age here. All right. Make our way down to the beach.
Direkt, we found a stagecoach. I want Gail to drive.
And now that he's never taken the reins, I don't think I want him to drive, Tormund. So I'm gonna roll a dexterity saving throw. I've walked my ass to the beach before. I can only imagine if I had to do it after football practice, and I'm assuming that's what after a battle would feel like.
Not wrong.
Surprisingly, with a 15 -1, I'm all right. I don't actually eat shit down that rock levee, sliding down to the beach.
Let's see. What did you roll with?
Anything over a 10, you're fine.
Oh yeah. I'm so fine. I'm so good.
I just barely made it. I just barely made it out of 10. Between the battle and that fucking that little gut punch.
This is gonna be the episode where you milk this like the man flu. It hurts. As we slide our way down and make our way down to the beach, waves crashing in. Guys, give me a perception check.
$17.
7.
Gail, you're just staring out at that storm that's far, far out to sea now. The dichotomy of what you guys were just in versus this sailor's delight that's in front of you. It's too intoxicating to take your eyes off of. Tormund, though. Waves crashing up. You can see the back of that large crustacean shifting its way, pulling a massive chest up and onto the beach, barnacle covered. From the far distance that you can see.
Sebastian!
You just see this crab putting his full ass into it. It turns, you can just see a little wave claw in the air.
Gonna shoulder bump Gale. There's our crab right there.
Oh, yes. Good spot. I saw him too.
Oh, don't shit the shitter. What were you looking at?
The view. It's mesmerizing.
Gonna pause for a second. Put my arm around Gale. It's gorgeous. What a kiss, big boy.
Are you getting soft on me? And I sucker punch him. But it doesn't hurt nearly as bad because I'm a weak man.
Got me right where Dirakt got me, you son of a bitch.
I just thought you liked it rough.
I do, but I only gotta take my pants off first. Oh, man.
Please don't.
God damn it, boys, quick cockfighting. We gotta talk to this damn crab.
Damn it, Sebastian, in case you forgot. Dirakt. Ow.
I'm just getting these visions of a man that's had a couple too many beers trying to walk, as I've done so many times in the Gulf and a long stretch of beach. It just seemed so exhausting. It was so easy getting there, but now it seems like trying to get back to the hotel or condo.
That sand is rough, man.
Could take days.
Oh God.
Every step is so heavy. I've been there. I'm lockstep and gone with you, baby.
And
Meanwhile, Gale is just like slightly floating each bit,
Oh,
so it's
you-
just like effortless.
oh, you dick. I'm over here with my staff. Walking over here like Gandalf trying to take family pictures at Fort Walton Beach. Why did they make me wear so much goddamn white? I've never worn all white in my life. Why would I wear it for a family picture? This is just stupid. This is gonna go in.
Have matching shirts.
This is gonna go in the hallway 10 years later when no one sees it.
That was my family.
That's everybody's family.
Mm.
Could have been my old man, except he just said, you know what?
I ain't going to those stupid ass pictures.
Chat, this is why you don't skip leg day. Oh.
Wow! Look at what we have here.
Sebastian, my friend, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you both. Upright and on your feet. I watched from afar till you disappeared. That's when I feared the worst. But then, out of nowhere, I saw the vision. I saw Muriel. While it was fleeting, I saw his spirit set free. To that, I thank you. He was a good man. He did not deserve this. The minute that I saw you set him free, I went to the deepest corner of the darkest sunken ship that I could find. And I pulled the heaviest chest that my claws could carry. As you guys look down, you can see this chest covered in barnacles, ornately made. Signs of a language that you've never even seen before. Possibly from an empire that from far, far away. You guys both put a hand on it, kind of brush away a little bit of the seaweed and grime from the ocean floor. You could see two seahorses gilded onto the front latch. It was now eroded away to a very weathered patina state, almost aqua green. You guys are able to flip and open this hatch up without any trouble. I need both of you to roll D10s.
Gail, go ahead.
9. I die.
6.
All right. Tormund. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
6.
Okay, 6. as you crack open that chest. It falls open and spills out a massive gilded shield is inside of it, Tormund. On either side, two massive gilded seahorses that were on either side of that lock remain, with a massive trident that runs up the center. Fine silver and gold ordain this thing. It almost looks like more ceremony than real shield until you pick it up and hold it in your hand. This thing is impressive. Impressive enough, it's one of the very, very rare +2 AC shields in D&D.
Stop.
Oh shit.
Just to add some gravity to this loot table G item that the community has given to you.
Oh, this is the G, dude. I'm getting chills. What the fuck?
There are multiple articles that tell you to never give a player a +2 shield. This bad boy is now yours.
Oh, man.
Lost from an ancient empire.
You didn't sneak that into my character sheet, did you?
No, I haven't, because we just rolled them.
I never know with you. That's always what I was going to ask before I search it.
Nope, we just rolled them.
Oh my God. Really?
That is awesome.
It's going to hold it in his hand. Kind of work it around. Swinging his hammer in one hand, shield in the other. Let's go look back at Dirakt. Look like a real warrior now, or what?
Finally, something else can absorb a blow other than your damn body, boy.
See, you're trying to punch me in the gut with this thing now. What?
This is true. I might have to think twice or I break a knuckle.
Look at the ornateness on this thing. This is he's actually trying to hold it and look at it like a moron, just kind of peeking over the edge. Eric, you don't know where this came from, do you? I mean, you're old. This is old, right?
You're asking to get hit.
This is true. And I do not know of this ancient empire where these have come from. There's some things even this old man does not understand. Yeah. Look down and you see this ornate bowl. And you can't think to yourself at the moment that you've been slightly shafted. As you pull up what looks like, for all intents and purposes, something that your family would use to wash their hands in before a fancy dinner. can see it's got ornate carvings on it. It features the seahorse and the trident. There's a little bit of, obviously this thing has been filled with seawater. There's a couple of barnacles on the side. So you think to yourself that maybe past getting this thing appraised at Antiques Roadshow may be the only excitement that you get out of this item. But as you pick it up, oh man, this is way heavier than what you thought. As you almost struggle to pick it up. And that seawater that's inside this bowl, as you place both hands on it, begins to spin and twirl. Like a water sprout comes up and over. And a fully fledged elemental being begins to form in front of you. But unlike a traditional wild water elemental, you can see of this humanoid Triton-like form, full with trident and shield, and this aqua-like formed scale mail over his body and helmet, but still all of this encompassing water, but the detail of that water is so intense that you can make it out. As you realize that this bowl is so much more. This bowl can conjure a water element of pure battle. As it stands at attention, looking towards you, Dirakt with a big smile on his face. What I said about water elementals, fire elementals, this is exactly what you looked like. This is what it was like.
It's beautiful. Can you hear me?
Looks, and it's just that soldier nods its head.
Do you have to stay in the bowl?
Doesn't really respond to that kind of command. You realize it's not really a fully sentient being and more just magical in nature.
You can go back into the water now. My
Forms and it
Dirakt,
turns sprite-like form and arcs up and over and splashes back down into the bowl.
So, Dirakt, will this water stay in here, or do I need to find water? How does this work?
Your guess is good as mine, Gale, but I'd say it probably would pay for you to grab a water skin and fill it up here.
I think that is a wise choice. I'm just gonna try and just dump the water out and see if it dumps out.
It does. Dumps out of the ground.
Okay. Well.
Oh God! Oh, what have you done? What have you done, Gale?
What did I do? Oh, did I kill it? What happened?
We could lose him to the sands of time.
Oh no! How do I fix it? How do I fix it?
Direkt, that was a mean joke.
Or is it?
I'm going to shock you later. You're not going to know when, but it's going to happen.
Good. It'll make
Wait a
me feel
minute.
alive.
What if I put mud in it? Would it do like the earth elemental?
Considering what we've seen from wherever this came from, I don't think so. I think this, in particular, possibly comes from a kingdom that is not from land, considering that water elemental took the form of a Triton. Makes sense why this is something we've never seen before.
It's very cool. Put it in my bag and then get my water skin and fill it up with water.
Sebastian, what do you do with that mind reel?
I actually have an item G.
Oh, do you?
What else is hiding in there?
What else is in your chest of wonders? Flip through the S. There's the shield. Flip back through. Oh, here's the wash basin. Get that out of there. What else is in this card catalog of death? You get a +2 potion. Yes.
Reach down. This is it's quite on brand roll as well. I reach and I pull out a long faceted rod. This one doesn't seem to contain the same seahorses wrapped around it. It's ink black. You know, it has a almost looks like a texture to it. As I pick it up, it's like suction cups into my hand. This thing's latching on to me. And as I try to yeet this thing, 15-foot long tentacle wields out from the end. Well, I think we may have found a piece of the Kraken here.
Gonna make you very popular at parties, I think.
Tormund, that damn mind of yours.
What? I met some barmaids. They pay money to see that thing. Look at it.
You're a piece of work. Well, I do like some distance between me and whatever the hell you guys have stirred up. So now Direkt has a rod of tentacles.
That is fucking cool. I've never heard of a rod of tentacles, but I love it.
Each tentacle makes a melee attack with a roll bonus of +9. On a hit. On a hit, a tentacle deals 1d6 bludgeoning damage. If you hit a target with all 3 tentacles, it must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. On a failure, the creature's speed is halved, has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, and can't use reactions for a minute. Moreover, on its turn, it can take either an action or a bonus action, but not both. At the end of each of its turns, it can repeat the saving throw. That's dope. It's got some crowd control elements.
That's some dirty nonsense right there.
I'm already thinking about
The layers.
realize that. Oh yeah, I'm like disadvantage on deck saves.
Something
What's
that needs to
lightning
get
bolt
locked
do?
down.
Oh, it's a deck save. Interesting.
Gale, you also find a small vial inside.
Okay.
Small container with a couple of the seahorses, an awkward greenish looking liquid. You have a regular healing potion that you found inside that chest. And Tormund. I need you to roll a d10 for me.
Wasn't it 6 the last time? It's 6 this time.
Oh my god, yes. Yes.
I'm afraid. What?
Oh, no, never mind. It was really close to being the alchemy jug that you can refill with infinite mayonnaise if you wanted.
I mean, I've already got the bread basket that I can the refills every 24 hours. So, I mean, I'm this fucking close to BLTs. This close.
This close. Actually, at the bottom, find what looks almost like a small tunic. When you pull it up, I want you to think of it more as in the fashion of the badass Destiny Titan marks.
Oh,
with a good
okay.
front tabard inside. Well-fastened buckle that comes around, and you can actually see it drapes down, and you can see the seahorses and tridents on the side of that mark. Aquas and golds. As you look at this tabard mark, you kind of facet it around yourself. All of a sudden you can feel something change in your throat. As it feels like, God, it feels like gills. You can't physically see them, but you just have this innate feeling that you can breathe underwater now.
What? Tormund is just going to turn and run into the water. Just straight into the water and go underneath it.
You have a swimming speed of 60 feet. And when it does, you feel that mark. You can actually feel that it is turned into the texture of a manta ray. As it also kind of kicks like a fin with you as you swim.
This is awesome!
Dude, that's one hella good item B. So you can add Cloak of the Manta Ray.
Oh shit! Are you kidding me? Let's go!
You guys cleared a house with some magic items, man.
Good old Sebastian. Under the sea.
Under the sea.
I hope these treasures will aid you in some time down the road. And I am thankful for whatever desecration was here. You have relieved that. Returned some normalcy back to the sea. I will spend some quiet time investigating what is left of this place. But if you should ever need an ally, interpreter, one who can speak to the sea, you'll know where to find me. And then he crab walks backwards a little bit.
It was good to meet you. And I am glad to have you as a friend.
Tormund finally pops out of the water. Hey, where's Sebastian going?
He's leaving. He's going to stay here.
Said he's going to inspect what's happened here.
Thanks, Sebastian. Keep the sailors safe on this fucking doomed rock.
When you see his big ass kind of hit the waves, he's still a crab, you know. He kind of gets tossed around a little bit. It's kind of a derpy way on the way back down. He said that we ever need an ally in the sea, we know where to find him. It's good to know.
Because I'll tell you what, swimming in that water, it is up there. It is absolutely up down there, man.
Does 19 hit, Tormund?
Nope.
I don't think you're brandishing your shield.
All right. If I'm not brandishing my shield, it definitely hits.
I whip you like a wet towel noodle with my tentacle in the same spot. Oh man, get used to this thing.
Asshole, it was just starting to not hurt.
Dirakt begins.
Don't feed into his nonsense. This is.
Oh, this is wonderful. Oh my god! And then I go to put my hand on Dirakt, laughing, and I do shocking grasp.
God, I just pissed myself. God damn it. And
he said he was gonna get you, old man.
I begin to use my tentacle rod a lot like one of those accessibility arm grab extensions. I start to use it to whip out and I pull my ass up that rock levee. This thing's got some good use to it here. I can get used to this. Yeah. Well, man, I could definitely get used to this.
Glad you enjoy your walking stick.
Good. Thanks for digging it up from the ocean, jackass.
Fucking old man.
Get some goddamn coffee. This battle adrenaline's wearing out.
Why climb the hill? Why don't we just, make camp right here on the beach?
Because it won't be a beach the whole time. Tormund, it's gonna be underwater.
Tormund looks down as the tide's starting to come in. Never mind. Dirakt, good idea. Make camp up on the bluff.
Well, it's the wrong kind of beach, my friend. Trust me, I'd love to be down there too. Maybe one that has a little bit less death in it.
Well, gal, shall we head up the hill and make a little camp? Get the old man some coffee?
You feel like a race? I see the flap sticking out. I feel like you're a little slower than normal.
Tormund digs down in with his feet. Say when.
3, 2.
Go!
You guys racing?
Yes, we're racing.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, dexterity roll-offs, man.
Let's go!
Best of 3.
All right, here's number 1.
Oh, God.
Dirty 20 for the first.
Yikes, 10.
Now remember, you're adding your dexterity modifiers in.
Yeah, add your dexterity modifier in on top.
10.
Oh, he gets a damn good head start on you.
Yeah, as we get to the part where we start climbing, I'm going to use my ever great ability to float and give myself a little bit of a boost.
Just watch your ass. Don't forget who's got flying boots.
Yeah. You're right. No, we'll keep this straight. We'll keep this straight.
Yeah!
We'll keep this straight.
All right, give me another roll.
Roll number 2. Let's go.
Roll better.
Oh, roll number 2 hits a nat 20. Let's go.
47. No, 16.
For a second, you almost think it's Bo running up that thing. Just Tormund damn near gets down on all 4s. Not even enough time to make a third dice roll.
As,
make it all the way back up to the top.
Gil crests afterwards. He's just really holding his back and it's just kind of limping. I think I pulled something. It was not a fair race. I pulled something. I had to have. Come help me. Come help me.
Come on, get up.
And then as I put my arm around him, I shocking grasp him. That was your prize, you son of a bitch.
Guess I'm gonna have to get used to this shit.
Well, we don't have tentacles to just shoot out and pull ourselves up.
I whip you in the sack. Oh yeah, that's a 24 to hit.
Barely hits. I just keel over and just am on the ground, rolling back and forth.
You're lucky I didn't get you with one of the suction cups too. All right, young bucks. Time to get a campfire going.
I need a minute. Direkt, be lucky we don't take the tentacle off the end of that stick and cook it as sushi tonight.
Boy, you wouldn't know the first thing about sashimi.
So
It's
what?
I'm feeling right now.
Direkt jams his staff into the ground to make a makeshift backstop so he can sit down and lean his back against something. All right, boys. Camp ain't gonna make itself.
Yeah, we'll start with the fire. Hold on.
As you can see, he's got his arms crossed already. Kind of fading in and out a little bit. I mean, just think about the logistics. The old man just got done Old man just got done fighting, you know, he's gonna take his little recliner nap for a minute.
Start gathering stuff up, and I'm like, Tormund.
What?
All right. We have to play a prank on Dirakt. I have to get him back for that. My balls still hurt.
We better watch out for old Tentacle Stick. Let me tell you right now. He's wily.
Well, you know him and his routines better, so I need your help on this.
I'm just telling you right now. You're trying to play a trick on the old man. That's on you. That guy he's ungettable.
Ungettable. No one is ungettable.
All right, I'll play my part, but I guarantee you one of us is gonna get bit in the ass by that goddamn stick of his.
I will think on it. May not be today, it may not be tomorrow or next week, but we will devise a plan that is so perfect.
Just keep that in your mind, because I guarantee right now he's listening. Shh. He hears everything.
I don't hear the sound of a crackling fire yet.
We're gathering what, old man? Just relax.
I can't carry that much. I am not that strong.
Oh, you guys spend the better part of an hour getting camp all set up. Dutch oven is out. We decided to splurge, actually. I've been holding on to some good old peach preserves for quite some time.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Where did those come from?
As I hand over, well. Oh, Mr. Barley gave me a couple of things to hold out. So when you're having a particular celebratory evening, give you some tools to make some Dutch oven cobbler while we're out on the road. And I think there may be no other celebration to make some cobbler than this evening with friends.
Dirakt just snatches it up and grabs one of his cast irons, starts working it up with some flour and some sugar.
I cast prestidigitation.
Halfway through, he just holds his hands up while the blood just starts to vaporize off his hands.
Good job, good man.
Wanna go back to work now?
Yes.
Chat, I've made myself hungry a lot of times. But
now I want peach cobbler.
I haven't had cast iron Dutch oven peach cobbler at a campfire in so long. I can literally taste the caramelization of what it's. Oh my god!
Tormund reaches into Braden Barley's basket to pull out the butter, and it's a big stick of butter that regenerates in this basket, and he gets it all in there. Every piece of that butter fat is sitting in that. As he closes it up and slides it over the fire. Give it time.
We've got a hentai tentacle and food porn now.
That is twice tentacle hentai has come into the conversation. not in this campaign, but twice today for me.
Poor cracking gods, man. You know, they just never had a chance.
What can you do?
Oh god.
Apparently,
we never win her at a party.
I know.
I was gonna say this is from the Lord Roaringhorn estate.
For a second, Gil, it feels like you're back in the kitchen.
Actually, it does. My mother used to make this all the time. It was one of the good memories. It is a nice remembrance.
Just wait. Just wait a little bit longer.
You see it's bubbling on the end, though. It just makes it...
We're celebrating two gentlemen. Now here's the kicker. Reach down in the very bottom of that basket, Tormund.
Tormund reaches down there, passes the sourdough and white bread. The hell is this, Dirakt?
There is
Pulls it
a
up.
cold container of heavy cream. He told me to reach into the false bottom of that bad boy. There'd be some cream in there too.
He put a false bottom in his bread basket?
He's a man of mysterious ways.
Stop it. Tormund instantly grabs a dish that he can throw a whisk into, pours the cream in, throws the sugar in, and just starts to beat the ever-living hell out of it. You've never seen a wrist so furious on someone who wasn't a 14-year-old teenager.
Dirakt goes over, make sure you just leave some of that can. I'm just pouring mine right on the top.
No. This is what you want. He whips it, pulls that beater out, and he gives this perfect arcing peak. That goes on top.
Sometimes shit doesn't have to be so culinary, boy. You can make it a little sloppy.
No. It's all about texture, especially when we have family.
This sounds like a conversation between me and my old man. Just pour the cream on it. What? It's just melted ice cream, boy. What's your problem?
As all the bubbles start to go around the edge, Tormund grabs the cast iron, pulls it off, starts to dole it out with big, healthy, just heaving dobs of that whipped cream he beat over the top of it. All right.
I can smell it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, gentlemen. Cheers.
And they meet in the most unrefined way possible. He just digs his snout in and
and on that peach cobbler note, I gotta refill this glass. You guys go ahead and go grab a new beverage. I'll hold down chat and
all right.
I'll go get me some liquid peach cobbler.
Chat, I love you. That's all I wanted to say. That's it.
Oh my God, where's those? Do we not have any peach cobbler gifts? Oh, there we go. That was a good one. That was a good one, Soul. That's an indiscriminate, delicious cobbler. God, peach cobbler's so good. Chef's kiss, baby. Thank you guys for joining us on another Thursday night where we can role play about treasure and food. Oh my God, Final is no longer a blueberry. Look at that. It looks like you got a little Elder Scrolls action going on. At least inspired. Very cool dragon ring going around that owl, man. Hell yeah. Chips Ahoy brownie filled. Ooh, hey man.
I love how at some point in every campaign it digresses into a foodgasm. For some reason, every single time it happens.
Here's what's really funny, guys, is that me and Radio have never got to cook together. And it's something that at some point in time will be a very, very cherished moment that we get to hang around. And more than likely, it'll be cooking for your family at some point in time will be a very, very cool moment, because we've RP cooked together more than
Between all of our characters, how many times?
Yeah.
How many times have we RP cooked together?
yeah. Well, we spent more time in D&D together than we have in the same room. So
That's true. And trust me, these are things that my wife does not let slip at all.
All I want to know is if I can show up and eat.
oh yeah, baby.
I just after hearing all of the descriptions of the last several episodes of food, like
We like to punish ourselves right before we go to bed for some reason. I don't know why.
I went to grab another drink and I was pouring through the fridge, like, do I have peach cobbler? Do I have
Is there anything to
anything?
Well, the funny thing is, in my mind, I had to think like, okay, because usually I will just I'll cheat and I will throw the white cake box mix in with the crushed pineapple and the butter and the cherry pie filling. I'm like, all right, oh crap, if I have peaches, what do I need to do? All right, I don't have white cake mix. It's flour, it's sugar, it's baking soda, all these things I know I have. It's just basic utensils. And as soon as he brought out the heavy cream, I'm like, that's the capping note right there. It's the heavy cream that I'm gonna beat the hell out of with some sugar, and it's gonna be perfect on top.
I mean, you beat me up with that. I was like, oh man, that's all I want now. I just want that caramelized,
Dude, I just want the whipped cream at this point. Literally.
Oh, right?
I want to go with heavy whipping cream into my kitchen right now with my electric beaters and just get those peaks and just eat it with a spoon, because it's like ice cream. Fluffy, sweet, delicious, light. It's like going to Disneyland and having a Dole Whip. It's one of those experiences that inside and out. Now I really want a Dole Whip. Son of a...
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
Because it's fun. Just keep telling myself, I deserve this.
You know what's even better than Dole Whip from Disneyland is Dole Whip from the Dole Plantation in Hawaii. When I went to Honolulu, we went there and it was incredible. And they have the option, they take it from the plantation there. I don't know if it's called a plantation, but anyway. And then you can get the Dole Whip ice cream, right? But then also you can they chop up pineapple right there and put it with in it, and it's
So are you ready for this to come full circle between you and I?
Yes.
My old man is a dairyman engineer. The only time I've been to Hawaii was when he had to work at the Dole plant on that exact equipment.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Did you get some there?
I didn't actually have any of it because I was, I think, 6 at the time and had no idea what was going on. I just wanted to be in the water, which I was every single day.
Oh yeah, for
Literally.
sure.
The entire time I was in Hawaii, all I remember is that my dad was working, that I swam in the water every day. We ate grilled fish every night on the beach, which was really cool.
My God, my heart.
The details of it all, of why we were there, came later in life. We stayed the corner penthouse of some hotel that was right on the water. So literally, I would wake up from the hide-a-bed and open up the drapes, and there would be the ocean. And it was just yes.
I'm going in you today.
Exactly. Literally 15 minutes later, I was in that water, and my parents just didn't care, which was awesome. And I would swim until the sun started to come down.
Shaved ice also, yes. So good.
110%.
We got an Airbnb on the opposite side of the island from, what was it? Pearl Harbor and Diamond Head and stuff like that. We had this rich dentist's mansion basically, and it was just me and a bunch of friends, and we rented it out, and that was like the single greatest week ever. Except for the first day, we decided, like, we got there and we decided to drink heavily, obviously, because you're on vacation.
Of course.
We drank into the night, woke up at 7 a.m. the next morning to do a hike.
And you were still drunk?
Let's just say that we challenged ourselves by being hungover. And it was 1,055 steps up, just like this old World War II like railway thing, and you had to like, and the last like quarter of it was like a ladder almost that you're like climbing up, but like you get to the top and it's like a 360 view of the island, and it just like, it made it all worthwhile. It blew my mind. It was breathtaking. Like, it was incredible.
Did you plant your rock on the top of that hill and become the next king of Hawaii?
No, but I called my dad and FaceTimed him, and that was cool. He couldn't understand me because all he heard was the wind.
What? All right. Okay, cool. See you later, son. Glad to know you're having a good time.
Yeah.
As we finish our cobbler and pass around that jug of everlasting beer that Braden Barley has so fortunately provided us. We sit there fat and sassy as the night begins to take hold. Dirakt already letting the sugar coma set in as the diabetes nap takes hold. Just kind of in and out. You can get a hold of him if you say his name.
I don't even think about it, Gale. You're gonna wake sleeping giants.
This is something that has to cultivate. It's got to be perfect. I'll think of something.
You'll get there. Of this, I have no doubt. You just clue me in so we can get the old man at the same time.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I've been meaning to ask you something. You're not from this plane? Or you're not from here? What is your home like?
Talking about Gangcaster?
Yeah, Gangcaster. I've never been there. I don't even know if I've heard of it.
It's because it's not of this area. It's hard to describe. But you being magical ancestry can probably understand. We phase shift from Gangcaster to here. I don't know the mystic workings of it all. Dirakt, he's the one who made it happen. Honestly.
Plane shift. Plane shift.
See?
We're plane shifters, yeah.
Plane shifting wasn't something I was ready for the first time I tried. In fact,
No one ever is.
I managed to poop myself. Plane shifting from Gangcaster to here. Found myself in some wheat field that I proceeded to use the bottle brush my clean.
Surely. one of the nobles that you've been around has access. Maybe not openly. See, Tormund, the humans aren't nearly as open about the capabilities that man has. Not as much as our society is.
That is accurate. Humans are, well, greedy. They only seek what benefits them. I will tell you a family secret. We have a circle.
Got a circle? What are you talking about?
My father has a circle.
Is it stationary to one point, or is it open-ended?
I believe it is open-ended. He uses it for travel, for work and meetings and things. But I don't privy too much to what he is all about because, well, he doesn't talk to me very much. And when he does, it's not enjoyable. So I kind of let it be, but yeah, we have one, and we were all told, me and my sisters, we were told, never to tell anyone. It is a family secret. It is very expensive and very hard to come by. I think they told me it takes like 1,000 days every day for someone to come and chant the circle, and it's very expensive every time.
Good God!
Something like that. I don't know. It may be just bullshit, but
I look over at Tormund. They don't know about the 3 seashells.
He doesn't know about the 3 seashells.
Yeah, I don't know about the 3 seashells.
I'm sorry. Well, go ahead. Sorry, Gail. I didn't mean to interrupt.
no. What do you mean the 3 seashells?
Yeah.
Did Sally collect them by the seashore?
Sorry, Gail. It's just something you wouldn't understand if you've never plane shifted that way before.
Now I am curious.
Yeah.
You shift by seashell?
If you make it back to Lancaster, we'll show you how to use the 3 seashells next time you plane shift.
What do you wipe your ass with, Gail?
That is a very weird question to ask, Tormund.
All right,
I'm
never mind.
curious
Just pretend I didn't ask. We'll just explain the 3 seashells later.
Gail, don't listen to anyone who obviously has been using wheat brushes for over a week.
Hey! You haven't complained about the smell in a couple of days.
I do it anyway.
because
I cast prestidigitation on your ass the same time that Gail does. We do it at the same time. You got the left cheek, I got the right cheek. It's just...
That is why.
You should be
And
thankful.
honestly,
Hey, it's hard to wipe somebody who's this big, okay? Occasionally, I miss a spot. Jerks.
No comment, gentlemen. No comment.
as much as I love talking about Tormund's ass, you still haven't described your hometown, your city. What is? You've mentioned seashells and plane shifting, but what does it look like? Where do you live? What is your hometown like?
Towers. Towers that reach to the sky. So high it takes you almost a day to climb.
Wow.
The oasis in a wasteland. Hundreds of towers. Looks like you're to stand back in the wasteland and look at it, a sea of them, all popping up. The sand and the desperation of everything around it.
That's right. Home in the sky.
Oh, it's in the sky.
Oh, the towers take us towards the heavens.
And you live in the towers? I bet you have a great view. And at my house we kind of sit facing towards the water, and it's kind of like you see the part of the city, well, the lower part of the city, and then you have like the view, and then you have a bit of the mountains too. It is incredible. I can only imagine what it is like from these massive towers to look out and see everything before you. I'm sure it is incredible. What is it like?
So, yeah, you talk about those lower parts of the city, Gale.
Yes.
We're at the base of an outside tower.
But there are good parks up there. And keep us away from the common areas.
So you're in the tower, but at the base of it.
Yes.
Our front door looks out onto the wastes.
You say wastes, but right. But are you on the edge of the city?
Endless sands of sea and death and who knows what, searching for whatever they can feed on.
That sounds terrible.
That's a song. Does it mean we can't climb the towers and look out? Just easy access when I want to step out our front door. Go forage.
Well, I would very much love to see your house someday.
One of these days, I'll take you back to Gadcaster, introduce you to Eve and Fortuna, and maybe if Dad's around, you can meet the almighty Mr. Faust himself.
And you don't even have to be royalty. Use the plane shifter.
You just can use it.
Yeah, most of the time they're rather happy. Get you the hell out of the house. But we're a warrior people, you see, Gale. A lot of folks coming and going. A lot of life on the road. It's a different life, but it is ours. It is ours.
Nomadic in a sense. Why you do so well on the road here?
You used to running around, killing what you can to eat, and moving forward from there. There's always a home. That's what keeps us grounded.
Right. Speaking of home, where are we going to head next, gentlemen?
Well, we can't go back to Phandalin and finish what we need to do there.
Oh, Harbin's a blowhard. We can go wherever we want, Tormund. Just have to phrase it right. It's an ongoing work in progress. We have meetings with these nobles now, Tormund. Wink, wink. Matter of fact, we've bent the ear of a rather prominent family. Yada, yada. You see what I'm saying there, Tormund?
Who is this in Phandalin?
Oh, God, we've managed to have dinner with him already, Tormund. Can you believe that? By the time we actually arrange the appointment, we will be feasting with these nobles.
Well, Phandalin is the most logical point to restock from where we are right now.
I am happy to have a conversation with whomever. Again, my name, my other name, carries a lot of weight in circles.
Chances are he'll know your other name.
At this point, GoXR is going to have to start paying me for how many times it gets into my D&D episode.
Dude, every time without fail, I was wondering if you're going to switch to the map and I was going to see your GoXLR.
Yep. It's always on the same damn monitor over here. Nothing new there. There we go.
Yeah, Gil, this guy's a blowhard. He's smart, though. He's going to understand your old name. He won't know your new name. And all we're looking for is to help him benefit the people of Phandalin, which ends up in his own pocket anyways.
That
Which-
does not surprise me.
This is the kind of nobility you understand. He thinks he's more noble than he is. And he thinks his tomatoes are better than what they should be.
Is that a metaphor?
No, Dirakt and I tried to slip him a Mickey, and it ended up being a goblin tongue that infected his tomatoes that would have probably killed him in the end if Braden Barley hadn't bestowed the blessings of Shanti all over them and gave him the best crop of tomatoes he's ever seen.
Sometimes we don't make the wisest decisions on the planet, you see, Gail, and taking that ghoul tongue and cutting it up to make it look like spam, while hilarious it does, some people are dumb enough to try to eat it. We got rid of it into his garden, which thus infected his tomatoes.
No, that is a good joke.
See, that's what I thought too. Unfortunately, it took an act of a god intervention by way of Braden Barley, who blessed us with the butter and cream, which we've been enjoying tonight.
Well, I've got a bit of coin still. We could go to Phandalin. I could, well, I can find some appropriate attire for the occasion. We can do a dinner with this person, and, well, I can smooth some things over for him. No promises, but you know.
I'll take whatever I can get at this point. I need a couple of new javelins, and maybe I might stop by the guild hall. Just, check in on them all.
Then it's set. We will go to Phandalin at sunrise.
Gale, watch. Say his name, it'll wake him up.
Direkt.
Phandalin at sunrise. That is where we will go.
Tormund's just gonna get up and lay his wool blanket over the top of him.
Bundle the old man up.
Spell.
Yep.
I thank you. That'll help me from waking up in 2 hours going, God, I'm cold.
I've been with you on the road long enough to know how you work. Tell you right now, Gale. That man right there. It's close to a father if I've ever had. Don't get me wrong. Love my dad. I know what he's tried to do, but in terms of what I've learned, without Dirakt, I'd just be another shithead little dragonborn sucking off the teat of poverty in Gancaster Citadel. In fact, I'm pretty sure it wasn't even Dad's idea that I go on this quest. He was too busy thinking about other shit. Dirakt is the one who wanted to take me out here. And without him, I wouldn't have met you. The longer I run through these trails and go on these adventures, the more I understand it's not about just achieving what you set out to. It's about who you meet along the way. And I thank you. Thank you for what you've taught me and what you've given me so far. They're gifts that you probably don't even know. It's a gift of perspective. It's a gift of understanding where you are in life. I think it's the same gift that we've helped you with. And it's the same gift that kept you from walking into Talos while we're at that Tower of Storms.
It is true. You say these things to me, and yet I feel that these are the things that I should be saying to you and to Dirakt. I have never met a person out of all of my years at being in family business meetings, at robust parties, at royal banquets. I don't think I have ever met someone who can captivate me so much than what Dirakt can. And those fleeting moments, the wellspring that he has, the knowledge, but it's the heart behind everything. It's the passion. And before I met you, I'd never seen that before. I can put on quite a show. I can be anybody's favorite. In fact, publicly, anytime my father speaks of me, I am the gem of the family. I am the future. And I act the part. But it is having that genuine care, that genuine passion, that genuine love, that is what captivates an audience. That is what demands respect. True respect. And love, and friendship, and family. And that is why I have felt more alive and more welcomed in the last few days than I have ever. And for me, in some way, to share that with you and show that with you is more than I could ever have dreamed.
Gale Everstorm, and all the people in my life next to Dirakt, you're the one most at this point that I'm glad I met, because you understand. You get the perspective. You know that the name, the father, the expectations, and all that shit don't mean anything. But the bonds you make that are unbreakable are exactly why we're both here.
Life has a funny way of, well, working out. 5 years ago, I wouldn't even have bothered talking to you.
Five years ago, I would have probably hit you upside your head and stolen all your pocket change. Life in Gatcaster on the bottom of the tower isn't the most luxurious. You think I've been shoveling horse shit for 5 years because I enjoy it? No. Survival.
What
But
is
again-
your... Is it work the same as it there as it is here? Is it gold? Is it gems? What is the...
Everything
camaraderie?
is all gold. Gold and coppers, silver and jewels. Of course, most of that is a currency I've never seen outside of what we've collected on our trails here. Be lucky to get a couple of coppers for shoveling crap out of the stables for 2 weeks. That's just part of the hustle, right?
I don't know. I've never had to hustle. I get money handed to me even today, even though my father despises me, because, again, who else is going to take over the business? It is proper for a man to lead our house. It is the viewpoint. I've offered, let my sisters take over. But I don't know the grind or the hustle. And, well, a lot of things have been given to me.
Yeah. I've seen your gift from Talos. But I'll tell you right now, I watched you. I watched what you did. You know the hustle, even though you don't think you know the hustle. And I'm going to call bull right now. Because you know we needed to free Myrio to get Sebastian to pull this. And he slams against the shield. Loud, but not loud enough to wake Dirakt. You understood that if you wanted that little bit of extra goodies on the other side of this battle, you needed to find him. And you found him. That's the hustle. It's taking whatever's in front of you and making the most out of it for your benefit. So don't tell me you don't know how to hustle. You just do it different.
I think that's... I don't think that I would call that a hustle. I think I would call that being selfish. And not for the trinkets or the treasure. To be fair, I didn't beforehand really care about Myriel or the crab. It was nice to get the reward. It wasn't until I really understood what was happening and Eris explaining all of the lives that were taken trying to find someone like me. I didn't do that to free him. I didn't do that for riches. I did that because of guilt. And that is the truth, and that is why I don't know the hustle. Because in the end, I am still always looking out for myself.
You explained it without even knowing that you explained it.
Maybe it's the peach cobbler talking.
Face it. Gale Everstorm. You're one of us. You're family. You're an adventurer. And here, on the high road of the Tribord Trail, the wastelands outside of Gancaster Citadel, you'll always have a family. Even if it's just Dirakt and me.
Well, that is a family I would want. She can get some sleep. You know, Dirakt's gonna be up first. Somebody's got to make breakfast.
Oh, fuck your fake yawn. I couldn't stop myself. The hair on the back of my neck rose up. Oh my god.
Because he'll have the coffee made. You can guarantee that. Just don't forget, Gale. Tormund leans back. Got a family in us. We'll never leave you.
Gil kind of watches as they both kind of drift off and just kind of sits there for a bit and looks around, kind of having this surreal moment of like, where am I? What am I doing? What has my life become? Then he gives a little bit of a smile and a chuckle, and Tormund farts. Gives a little bit of a wave. Then rolls over to the other side to go to sleep. And does so.
All right. Mark that long rest on your character sheet.
Oh yeah, baby. Long rest.
So, a couple of gifts that you have right now. The bowl must have the seawater placed inside of it to conjure that water elemental, and that's what it is. You cast conjure elemental with it. Also,
I found it and added it to my thing.
You can do that once per long rest, just like your pure lightning form.
Yep.
Mark that long rest, my dude.
Already got it done.
As you guys wake, familiar smells of camp coffee.
Damn it.
I told you, Gale. I told you he'd have it going.
A rather
Glad that he does.
regal looking Dirakt staring out into the sea. Can't beat a view like this every day, boys. You can't beat a view like this.
Tormund's gonna turn around and watch the sun coming up over the hills behind him. Seen a sunrise over the mountains before, Dirakt.
You're looking the wrong way, boy. No longer is this place the Tower of Storms. It all belongs to the sea again.
Tormund turns his head, wipes sleep from his eyes. Starts to take in exactly what Dirakt is talking about.
Gil just grabs a cup of coffee. Kind of sits there.
Some majesty.
Before we
It's
leave
almost-
this place,
Serene.
before we leave this place, we do need to perform a ceremony for the dead.
You cleanse all this wreckage from here, Dirakt?
And Dirakt kind of pauses for a little bit. As he holds on that thought and just looks ahead towards the sea. Flashback time. In the center of Dirakt's mind, as he blinks and he looks out to this sea of destitute ships. The only thing left as a grave marker is their masts that protrude from the sea, as a marking of the men that were once there. He blinks and he looks into an endless battlefield where those masts are the arrows, swords, and axes, spears, and munitions that protrude from the bodies. As you can see, nothing but the dead for an endless horizon. Solo, just a single man as he walks through, consecrating each body and each piece of land. As it blinks, you can see from an aerial third-person view Dirakt walking through the killing field. It's what looks like a phoenix fly high over a field. As you can see, nothing but a field of ash behind him, seeping down into the earth. What looks like could have taken days. Dirakt closes his eyes, opens them back up, still staring out at the ocean. Yes, Tormund. Every single one of them.
Anything I can do to help?
I motion over at him. I still got my blanket on up over me because it's a little chilly in the morning.
Lifting up off the ground. Not even grabbing his coffee first. Just kind of lumbers over to Dirakt.
I throw my arm up over your shoulder.
Trying to sober himself at this point, since he's still kind of half in a daydream, waking up. What can I do to help you make this right?
Got a secret for you, Tormund. He points down. As you can see, thousands of small crabs as you look down at that levee now. Over the course of the evening, Sebastian and his friends have recovered every body from the sea.
Wow. That's a powerful scene, considering how long they've been at this.
Sometimes you need a little help from your friends.
How do we help them all, Dirakt?
You look down, you can see that they've pulled pieces of driftwood up underneath the bodies, just enough to where we can light the pyres and send them back out to sea. We will use our campfire and give them a proper send-off. These were men who worked the ocean. They deserve to rest there, but they deserve to rest there in peace, not in the bottom of a shipwreck caused by an angry god. That is what we will do.
Tormund, looking at the sight, can only wipe a tear from his eye. As he looks at Dirakt, say a prayer to your great phoenix. Then he goes to the fire, grabs a burning ember from it, wraps a piece of cloth as it ignites in his hand, looks down at his boots, clicks them together and starts to hover off the ground. Looks at the fire burning in his hand. As he's hovering, he looks at the bodies on the ground.
I've actually come by and I've grabbed Gale. Yeah. I know this may be something you've never done before. Tormund will show you what to do.
Sure.
You want to help Gale? He reaches down to the fire, grabs another burning torch, wraps it, cloth, and hands it to him. As he's hovering above the ground. Start on the left. Start on the right. He holds his flaming torch up. Draconic speaks. A prayer that he heard his father only speak once. As he blessed their mother before sending her off. Uses his boots to dive over the edge of the bluff and start lighting the left-hand side of the funeral pyre.
Gale will walk slowly and go towards the right and begin lighting. And he kind of looks over and he sees Tormund in the midst of the same, and Dirakt, I assume, the same. And as he's continuing down the row, he gets to a body that seems maybe a bit fresh, still intact for the most part. And he pauses for a second, and tears swell in his eyes as he's looks to his right at all of the burning, and he looks to the left to the long line still to go, and he just leans in to the face and he just whispers, "I'm so sorry that this was your fate because of me, but I will do everything I can to make sure that no one else befalls this same fate. Rest now and join your family back in the sea." And then he continues on.
As you guys come from either side over this piled shipwreck and driftwood, lighting these pyres, coalescing, coming to the center, as you guys both meet in the center and look square, eye to eye. You look back to the rock cliff as you can see Dirakt in the middle of prayer, eyes closed, as you can see the wings unfold from his back as a little bit of ash scatters in the sky. From each side that you come up, the fires rise up into almost a wing-like formation. As you guys turn and look to the sea, as the closest pyres to you begin to descend out forward, floating into the water in a flight V-like formation, as these fires coalesce into a burning form of the Phoenix, as they slowly set out towards the sea. and a burning emblem. Until you can see no more. Taking each piece, mast, or drift that was sticking up above the ocean with it. Completely cleansing that area of any desecration that was there before it.
Soul set free, Gale.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. That was Dirakt. You were just agents of his mercy. And don't take their deaths on as your responsibility either. I know that weighs on your mind. You were a known entity to Talos. Those dead, we set free. We're all collateral damage of a plan that we don't even know the end game for yet. Don't hold them in your heart, because those are the ones, he points to the ocean, that are now free. Still a lot to do to make Talos pay. I don't want that weighing on your soul, because I know what that feels like. I saw what my own brother did to our mother. That weight I feel every day when I wake up. That's something I don't want you to feel on your shoulders. You understand me, Gale?
Yes.
Good. It's much like I protected my sisters. Now we need to protect this realm. So it's Phandalin from here. And where we go next, so be it. Don't let these dead hang on your neck, because you'll only drown.
He
You with me?
He just kind of looks, gives him a nod, doesn't say anything, but just gives him a nod. And then he walks towards the walkway, like to the lighthouse, and he takes out his staff and he carves with the tip of it something into the rock. Just looks at it for a second, looks at the lighthouse, and then turns and walks back, and as he passes Tormund, on to Phandalin, slowpoke. Just keeps walking.
Don't make me race you, Gale. I won the last one. I'll win the next.
That is why I'm walking.
Tormund's just gonna follow after him. In no hurry. Just keeping pace.
You guys break down camp. Pack your supplies. I'll make sure to come over to Gale. Not at the very beginning, but at some point in time. Just to put my hand on his shoulder. No lecture needed. No talk. No words. Just eye contact. A strong head nod. A firm grasp on the shoulder. A look of pride washed over his face. Kind of feeling my old scoutmaster Azuma would give me. Young kid, but it was acceptable jambalaya that I had made that day. Or if I actually remembered how to tie the right knot. Maybe there is a little bit of Hank Azuma in Dirakt. I will symbolically scratch my sideburn for him. Enough said, Gale. Enough said. Love you, Hank. So we gather our things and begin on the trail back to Fanolin. It was a short distance. Won't take us long. About a day's trek from what was the Tower of Storms back to the city proper. This time, we don't take the trail. We just set through the plain lands, take our time, enjoy the journey for once, not heading into foreseeable danger. Just being able to enjoy each other's company as men on the road. We're able to pull up to an all too familiar field for you, Tormund.
Oh no. Is this Tormund's field?
Where for a second time, Dirakt looks back out over to you. Doesn't say a word. Just a big shit-eating grin on his face. And to the left. And then he stops himself.
Allow me to finish. This is where Tormund Faust shit himself on his very first plane shift from Lancaster Citadel. In fact, if you put your nose to the wind, and if it's blowing in the right direction, you can probably smell the wheat he bottle brushed his with.
My God. You'll have a second career when you retire as an adventurer, as a hell of a tour guide through the Forgotten Realms.
As long as I don't die in the meantime, I guess I could probably do that.
So where was it? The spot. The famous Tormund Faust shit himself.
I'll roll an investigation check in this field to see if I know where I'm at.
Well,
That is going to be a 17.
the funny part about it is it's the healthiest patch of winter wheat. You can always spot it because it's a good foot taller than the rest. You're always able to navigate yourself to that spot. There's an old decaying log that's not too far off where you're able to brace yourself. And while the earth is still taking it back slowly, bit by bit, that log too is is being absorbed like your logs. That wheat has never been healthier.
Yeah, I got there. See where the wheat rises above where it hasn't been harvested? That
Yes.
spot right there. That was my first plane shift.
Direct's already over there and is broke 3 tops off with long stems. He is already properly placed in his mouth, popping, hands the other 2 over with a smile on his face.
Really? Really? You want me to put a...
Nope.
And he's just gonna reach for it. He's gonna pop it in his mouth.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust,
Shit to shit, I guess.
herds
Nope.
to wheat.
Wow. Yeah, actually, hold on. He bites down on the stem and chews a bit back and gets the first of the kernels. Gail? I would try that if I were you. He's gonna go another row deep into that as he's chewing in on those kernels. Mmm. Mmm. You sure you don't want some?
I'm good. I don't need that.
From peach cobbler to we got it all, folks.
We've come full circle.
I'm telling you right now, that is some high quality sweet grains. If there was a master brewer amongst us, they could make some absolute riot beer out of this nonsense.
I have the feeling that it is better because it is your shit. And there is some sort of ego thing at play.
Matter of fact, you think it's so good, you actually bundle a small amount of that malt.
100%. After seeing how tall it grew and chewing in on that first clump of grains, I'm taking this with me.
I swear to God, I never intended to tie in the second number 2 ale. This just happened. This is our own subconscious brain.
Oh god.
I can't believe that just unfolded. It's our own brains doing that. Holy shit, man. God, that just gave me chills. Wow. Oh man. You take your newfound bundle of precious number 2 barley. Begin to make our way in to Phandalin proper, the sights and smells of a bustling metropolis that is the mine town. Oh, Gale, welcome to a feast of senses.
It's not going to be what you're normally used to. You're definitely going to have to dumb down a whole bunch of that high society here.
Dumb down?
These are simple folks, Gale. They haven't seen someone like you probably in their entire lives.
Oh, good to know. If it weren't for the prestidigitation, he'd fit right in with the pig shit.
That may be the greatest gift you ever give me. Direct.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Well, show me around the sights and smells of Phandalin.
There's not a whole lot to see here, Gale. But I know our big man here is gonna want to go knock it over at the guild hall, probably. It's a good place to go have lunch.
Go to the guild hall later if there's something else that you wanted to do. I mean, there's plenty going on in this little one-horse town.
Oh no, I think we should show up to the guild hall for lunch. I heard they serve a hell of a chip beef and chicken and dumplings this time.
I mean, can I at least maybe buy a toothbrush or maybe some mouthwash before we go?
No, I think now would be a perfect time. We've come right off the road. We want to show our buddy Gale the best wares in the city of Phandalin.
You're not wrong. If we're gonna go to the best place in town, probably right. The guild hall's the place we need to go.
Who knows? Maybe even you'll bump into old Windy Pfeffercorn. I mean, what was it? Halia, yeah.
Tormund, you did not tell me you have a crush?
Just Gale.
Oh, no. This is good.
No, you don't understand. Gale, listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
She's better than I am.
She's better than you.
Guildmaster.
Savior of the realm. She is better than you.
No.
Chosen to fight all kinds of creatures. She is better than you.
No, she's the Guildmaster, and I'm just a lowly whatever of Gamecaster.
I lean over to
Gave me
Gale.
kindness once.
As legend has it, it wasn't actually Braden Barley that consecrated that garden. Apparently it was the love they made is what they created in those heirloom tomatoes. A big smile on his face, he walks away.
What did you tell him?
Wow.
Just old legends.
We must go there for lunch. I've heard about the dumplings, and now I want dumplings. It is fine.
All right, it's fine. She's so busy, chances are she won't be there. Let's just go to the guild hall and have lunch.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a little dessert.
You're not going to get a dessert better than the compliment that I've made for you.
You're right. I am not going to get a better dessert. Someone might, though.
Don't even start with. I just stop right there. That's not playing fair. All right, Gale.
What are you talking about? We are going to get.
No, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, listen.
It will be fine. Look, I will be on my best behavior. You can introduce me as your fancy friend from Neverwinter. You're so well connected. I will be your wingman. It will be wonderful.
I don't need a wingman. I just want to introduce you to the guildmaster if she's there, okay? She's a woman who understands the real things in life.
Like your body.
There was a whole lot of real in that moment.
And I'm sure some understanding as well.
She's also very beautiful. I mean, powerful. It's also very powerful.
Of course.
As you guys are walking and talking, able to make it up to the front door of a prideful but still very country chic Miners Guild Hall, and pass through those front doors. Just a swath of smells hits. It's first that good old fashioned whole chicken bone broth just completely wafts into your nose. It just hits you. Oh, and after a long day's travel, it smells so good. As good as any Legion Hall, VFW, or Sportsman's Club ever could. It hits, and then you smell a little bit of that gravy and that peppered kettle beef.
Oh, why do we do this to ourselves?
Now that right there, that's where the fat is at. I want a double helping of that.
Tormund, roll a perception check.
Ooh, my favorite when there's food involved. That is going to be dirty 20. Let's
Dirty
go.
20. You even think one of those old blue hairs remembered to put the roast garlic in the mashed potatoes today. Your
Gale.
your favorite. And you know they don't do it every day.
What do you see here?
Mashed potatoes are a must. Smell that. Smell that. They put the roast garlic in the mashed potatoes. Get as much as you can on your plate. And then smother it in gravy.
Done.
We're gonna turn you into a thick boy yet. Just gonna prod him in the gut.
As you guys sit down at one of the tables, long wooden table, we're lit by a nice fire and hearth. And it's one of those bars that no matter what time of day it is, some bitch looks like it's midnight in there. It's just it's a place they keep dark, whether it's because the miners are used to it and it's a form of comfort you'll never know, but it's just one of those dark establishments. As you guys are seated, Tormund, you look over and you see an older woman. Full, well-worn, flour-covered apron, hair put up, is carrying two massive trays of both dumplings on one side, kettle beef, and mashed potatoes on the other, and actually has 3 whole Moss Krugs on either side as well.
I was actually gonna get Tormund up out of his seat. Can I help take one of these off your arms?
No, you don't need to touch it. I'll do just fine. Hold on here. I'll set it right down. Don't you worry about it. I got it here for you.
You didn't have to bring out all these moss krugs and these plates.
Don't worry about it. You're growing, boys. You're gonna need it.
As he pats his very rotund stomach. I think I've grown about as much as I can grow, but my friend Gale here, he swings that big arm against him. He could probably use a little bit extra, body fat against the cold.
Good. We'll fatten him up just right. My name is Mrs. Magarin.
Mrs. Magarin?
Mrs. Magarin, if you need anything else, I'll be here the rest of the day.
Mrs. Magrin. Two things. One, how much for the meal and the drinks?
I don't handle that. I'll take care of that up over at the guild fees. I'm just here to make sure that you finish your plate. That's all.
Gale,
Fair enough.
we've got that taken care of. Just eat.
The second thing, I heard a lot about the guildmaster, and I wanted to know if they were in.
Oh, Aaliyah, she's off to this business. I don't know where she's at. You got the lunch crew here now. Oh, lunch and dinner crew. Haven't been here so long, but as long as my husband's doing work down here for the guild, decided to help out a little bit.
Fair enough. Respectable.
Oh,
Mrs.
did I
Magrin,
ever need help down here? It's not like it is up north.
Up north?
Up north. Up in God's country. Or at Bryn Shander. Where we're from.
Well, I hope that you're finding it fine here. I am excited to eat this feast and gain some weight.
It's a fun vacation to come down here to the warmer south just a little bit. I've been working on my tan over again. Or maybe that's just the burn marks from the ovens. We'll see. Now, make sure that you clean your plates. It's a special treat for all of you.
excuse me, Miss Magrin, if you need any help in the kitchen, please don't hesitate to call.
She starts pulling on your ear the minute you talk about it. You will not step foot back in that kitchen. I don't care what you think you know, laddie. Well, not in my house. And I'll be out here to make sure that you cleaned all them plates up before you can get some of my sly fox pie.
Oh, wow! Stop! Let go! Please! Let go!
Oh, if I get done with you, you stay here, you'll be as fat and sassy as my husband, Randy.
Sly fox pie.
Sly fox pie, that's right.
What is that?
It is a pie that has a layer of gooey butter with melted chocolate in between in this gelatinous molten lava version of a chocolate chip cookie.
Ugh.
It's one of my family's specialties, and it is literally killable for.
That.
So, sidebar, you need to give me that recipe before we call this a night.
I will snapshot it from the cookbook tomorrow when I'm back over at the house.
I will make that shit happen.
Dude, it's unreal. It's unreal how good this thing is. Like literally, it's a problem whenever we make 3 when we make it.
I'm a problem child.
As a side note,
I'm sorry. Please, I want to try your sly fox pie. Just let go of the ear, please.
Just as you let go of the ear, you hear something run up and just slam into the side of your leg. As you look down and you can see the fattest badger that you've ever seen in your entire life. Oh, there's little truffle hunter. Now, don't feed him any more off your plate. That needs to go in your belly.
Tormund's gonna reach down and pick him up in between his arms and hold him so that he can actually get to about a quarter of his plate. Hey. Oh yeah, you get it, boy. You get it. Get that.
And this badger at this point, Gale, since you haven't been in the other campaign, he looks more groundhog than badger. He's really he's really only badger in color at this point. But he's a thick boy with two to three
God.
C's. But he can still be fearsome. He's been in battle before.
A little too much honey on that honey badger.
Oh,
Lots of honey.
heavy on the honey.
So yeah, this is definitely a unique place.
You want a pet, Ziggy? Come on, give him some love.
I'm going to eat the potatoes now. 'Cause you-
Lean over towards Gale. He's gonna get an access to another quarter of my plate.
Oh, Ziggy, what am I gonna do with you?
Good little badger.
and I just dig into the food.
At this point, he's eaten half of my plate. I'm gonna set him down and turn the plate sideways so that I can eat the other half. And it doesn't look much different than when Ziggy had his way at it. It's just a lot of flying food and slopping, sucking sounds. It's not pretty, but it's effective.
Meanwhile, Gale's got his silverware, and he's just like, or I don't know if there's silverware here, but he's just sitting there like cutting.
It's a
eating
guild
something.
hall, not a barbarian hall. Come on.
Yeah. And he's just proper and just watching you just dive in.
Oh. That's. Oh. Gale. You feel that butter surging through your arteries?
You know, that cape won't help you if you start choking. You should breathe sometimes when you eat. It helps.
No. I'll stick my head in some water. The cape will feel fun just fine. That, sir, is some good eating right there.
It is actually very good.
See, here's the thing. Now, you cut the fat, you cut the flavor. Think about that while you're eating this, because there is no expense spared when it comes to the fat in this meal.
It was
Delicious, amazing.
a lot of things. It was almost a show as much as it was enjoyable to eat. I quite enjoyed what I watched between you two. And the badger was just the story surprise, as it were. Although I am very upset the guildmaster is not here. I was quite looking forward to meeting them.
He is very important, guildmaster. And you can't fault her for not being here. It's got a lot going on. But, I mean, how many people in this hall could you say had lunch, dinner come out and serve them with their very own pet squirrel?
I mean, this is a first for me.
See? That's Fandolin hospitality right there.
I stick out like a sore thumb. I am noticing.
But have you noticed that everybody treats you like an equal?
So far, I'm interested to meet your friend.
Harbin?
Yeah.
If we can go without finding Harbin this time through Fandolin, we'll be lucky. So just leave it at that.
Sure. I am merely here to see Fandolin and all of its wonders, and to sleep hopefully in a bed tonight.
I'll be honest with you, Gale. Last time I saw Harbin Wester, I wagered him that I could get Neverwinter to forgive any shortfalls in their crop yield because of cryovane. And we might have placed a small bet on that.
Small bet.
I wagered all of the gold we would have achieved on that had we succeeded. It was 500 gold. I told him
So a small bet.
if we couldn't get Neverwinter to forgive, then he could keep his 500 gold. But it would be double if we could get Neverwinter to forgive and let Phandalin exist with taxes unincreased. Something I'm still working out. I'm not looking to you to interject on anything. I just wanted to let you know because I don't want there to be any surprises. I'm not trying to build anything in terms of us talking on lies. I don't believe that. That's why we set off the Falconers' hunting lodge. We were looking for leverage to use against Neverwinter. That's why I didn't want to go back to Phandalin. We hadn't found it yet.
Interesting.
And to be honest, you hadn't even been invited to this D&D game yet. You didn't exist, so there was no way of telling that you would be forced in this position where you would actually have to play a character to fulfill a debt that you didn't even know you had.
Talos, was that you? What?
Dirakt just coughs a little bit of a chicken wishbone up. Just,
Carefully. I think you hit the fourth wall a little too hard. You broke it.
I think you're right, girl. Shit.
Now, look, Tormund. I cannot make promises like that to him, but what I can do is have a discussion with my father or a few others and see if I can help the cause.
Gale, I'm not asking you to go beyond anything that you're comfortable with. In fact, I'm fine with losing this wager against him. I just wanted to let you know what was at stake.
What if I could entice him and maybe lift his spirits a bit, and so you may lose the wager? That is still to be determined. I have no problem talking to I have friends too, so, well, meh. But, I mean, I could make his day. I could be my father for a day, if you want. Now that would make him...
Gale.
If he knows the Underwood name.
I'm not comfortable with deceiving Harbin Wester. He's a provincial fucking mayor at best. If we lose 500 gold, we lose 500 gold. At least we lost it trying to hold the best out of Phandalin we could. And we're still not going to give up. I still believe we can get those Neverwinters, sons of bitches, to see the light of day with cryovane flying around Icespire Peak, freezing rivers. Still think there's a lot to be leveraged here. I don't want you being anything more or less than who you are. Even if that's taking as he bites it back. I lost the Harbin Wester. Did we see him? Just be who you are.
Okay. I can do that. So, do you think the badger will eat what's left of mine? Because I'm pretty full, but I wanted to try the dessert.
Just give it to me. I'll eat the rest of what's on your plate.
Slide it over to him. it's just slide over.
And by the time it's halfway over, I've already started to dig in.
Direkt just raises his eyebrow as he's because we're like eating wedding style, where you have the option of getting 2 entrees, because that's all this place does. It's just like the old women of the KC Hall, man. They do 2 dishes, they run it out. You can have 2 entrees. Come up for some extra rolls if you need them, but make sure you have room for dessert. That's all. Otherwise, you're gonna get hit by the spoon.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna fuck what's up. The rest of your plate is gone. Literally, by the time you sling it over, the rest of that thing has absolutely been demolished.
Thank you. I want this dessert.
Yeah. Miss Magdarin! Miss Magdarin, we're ready for dessert. Miss Magdarin, hello?
Your hollers do not go on deaf ears as she busts through the doorway with an entire pie just for your table.
Yes.
I could smell yins were ripe off the road, so I figured you could use a little bit extra and get yourselves a double slice apiece.
Magdarin, if someone hasn't volunteered you for sainthood, please let me be the first to speak to Morden or Bahamut on your behalf.
She's got a big smile on her face. Don't worry, you can say your prayers after you eat. What we do in our house. Food's already been blessed. Don't let the rest of these blue hairs down.
Tormund is quite literally just going to cut the pie into thirds. He's gonna scoop 1/3 onto his plate.
Yep.
Well, actually, let's retcon that. I'm gonna scoop 1/3 onto your plate, 1/3 onto Dirakt's plate, and I'm just gonna slide the rest of the pie tin over to me.
Kale notices his piece is a bit smaller, but that's okay. And then before she leaves, I'm actually gonna like get it in my pouch and just like offer her a gold piece. Thank you. You have been very kind. This is for you.
Magdarin looks back over at you and folds it back up in your hand. Don't worry about that. We're doing just fine. Anna hasn't her down here on a contract. We don't need it. But these people have had to deal with this dragon running around. They do. You see, one of the regulars, give it to them.
How many regulars are in here?
Oh man, there's you look back behind the line like it's the classic lineup. The the portly woman with the with the mole that you can't miss to the side, the a couple of twins that are just rail thin, waiting to go back out and smoke the misty 120s when they get done. There's always one that looks identical to your grandma that's been there for 40 plus years, and you're wondering if it was maybe this place that actually aged her so much.
But they're all like it's like the community feel, and everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows
like,
everybody. Yeah, it's the guild hall. And Magdalene kind of comes back. She goes, "On second thought, here, I'll take it up to them for you. Okay? She goes, they'll never accept anything from you.
How many people do I see?
I mean, out of the working staff?
Just like in the area, the people that she said needs the money the most.
Yeah, she's talking about the blue hairs that work here every day. So yeah, there's about 5 of them. 5 of them that work the kitchen regularly.
I give her 10 gold. 2 for each of them.
Wow.
It can be anonymous. That's fine.
Oh. Well, that's incredibly generous of you.
This food was worth it.
She wipes away a little bit of a tear, just knowing how hard these folks have had it since she's been here, to hear the stories. Some of them that work in the back, widows at this point, lost husbands 10, 15 years ago in the mine, still comes in every day, works the kitchen for all her husband's brothers that still descend and keep this economy going. It's very generous of you, sir. I won't tell them, but I'm gonna have to need to know your name personally.
It is Gale Everstorm. It is wonderful to meet you.
Gale? Magdalene, it's a pleasure. You got a kind soul, sir. You got a kind soul. Now, that pie's not gonna eat itself. I can see you only got halfway through the slice, and I better not see you leave the crust on the plate. We made that a fresh log today.
Right away, I will get to do it.
Tormund's already half done with his. If I can't finish this, I'll finish it for him. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I get like 3/4 of the way through it and start struggling. But it's like that. It's too good to stop, so I just power through. And then it's just like, I'm like, oh, it is so good. I am so full.
Gale, I need you to roll a D10.
Oh boy. Oh, that was it's a 9.
Magdalene comes back out with a small vial. and slides it over your way. Now, some old boys left this here a couple of days ago, and no one's come back to claim it. And you all look like hell going through. So here, need to take one of these. She passes a supreme potion of healing from that item E that just came through chat.
Oh, baby, let's go.
That is 10d4 plus 20, whoever drinks it. That's a big boy.
Damn.
Damn, son, where'd you find that?
Magdarin.
I'm so glad I've been able to work Magdarin into this campaign.
You know how hard it is? You know how hard it is to deal with Magdarin in this campaign?
Like father, like son.
Yep.
But I knew you had eyes for somebody else, so you couldn't.
Yep.
You couldn't.
Nope.
What's scary? What's scary is you meet Magdarin younger than history. Oh, I love the first time she baked pies. Oh man, that's so. Man, I love it. As you guys get a full belly in you. All right. So the plan, we're gonna go see. I'm still talking like I went into my dwarf voice. Couldn't get it, dude. I tried. All right. I couldn't get out of it. I played so many dwarves.
The husband, Randy.
I can see you boys are well filled. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh. We should probably make our way over. Oh my God, I can't think. The fucking Randy Pickles. We should. Got the case of the Jimmy Fallons.
Just let it out. Just let it out.
Ah, fuck it. Door swings open. There's man with a long beard covered in soot.
What are your friends, Dirakt? God damn it.
Magdarin! Where's my dumplings? As a soot-covered Randy clutching a small carved wooden toolbox. Rather ornate. Full coveralls. Makes his way in as he immediately goes up to the bar. And you can just hear the shit spewing from his mouth. As he's barking around the ladies up in the front. As if this was his own house. Being a real... as he always is.
I can't take this.
Yeah. My appetite's kind of turned since I walked in.
Should we set them straight?
Let me ask you a question. As many times as you've seen heads like that, you ever set any one of those mother straight?
Tormund, wise man once told me, you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to whoop someone's ass, know when to walk away. I see it again. We ain't walking away.
I mean, I could scare the living shit out of him.
It's not
Don't
worth it,
worry.
Gale.
As I point back up over to where the women are at, you don't have to. As you can just see Magdarin full on attacking Randy with her spoon.
Yes.
And you're not gonna talk to these ladies up here like that, Randy. Oh, whoop your ass and send you out. Ziggy's gonna be eating better than you the rest of the night. And the table and the dishes are just flipped. You're gonna have to eat it off the floor if you're gonna come in with a dirty mouth like that, Randy. Don't you dare embarrass me in front of these women again.
She is now my favorite canon.
Tormund's gonna reach into his satchel. He's just gonna drop 10 gold on the table. He's gonna look over at Gale. You couldn't have matched that.
Well, I couldn't have. She'll beat my ass. She beat your ass. You looked like a bitch sitting there.
And for the first time ever, I'm basically gonna drop another 10 gold on the table from our fucking adventures. So there's gonna be a 20 gold tip on the table as we get up. And I'm just gonna look at Gale and go, Mr. fucking Moneybags, huh?
Do you want me to put more down? I can if you want.
No, it's fine. I've already taken care of it. Yours and mine are done.
Cool.
Radio, you have the protection card
Thank you.
from Final. Let's go.
Perfect. I gotta take that and minus 20 gold out of my, my stack.
Probably got more gold than me now.
I got quite a bit.
Oh, Final's finally getting hot, baby. Adam, you have a Indomitable card.
Woo!
Mm-mm.
Final, thank you. I've seen you've been rolling and rolling and rolling, and well, I'll take it. I will take it.
I'm glad the dice is finally breaking after 2 days of just intense low rolls.
Dude, unless you were rolling against me as Vin Diesel yesterday, that dice was not giving anything.
For real, man.
Of course I am. I'm out of cards now. XD. Oh.
So, as you guys finish up with supper, I actually forgot we came in hella late.
Yeah.
We came in hella late. We were damn lucky to have Magdarin and her blue hairs serve us. You guys are gonna make your ways up to provisional rooms over in the guild hall, the same rooms that we've had when we stay in the town of Phandalin. Candle lit. Cozy. It's for you, it's like a couple steps up notch from from the hunting lodge. Just a good, comfortable, cozy, better than your standard inn for this kind of area.
That's all I can ask for.
It's used to accommodating business travel.
Okay, yeah.
You can tell that by the 17 different pantheons of Bibles that are actually stored. They have one. They have one for every deity.
So it's not Gideon's. It's it's Bahamut's. It's Morden's. It's the Raven Queen, and
yeah, they got a whole damn encyclopedia of it down there. Yeah, we gotta
desk. I noticed you don't have Talos, the evil god of storm.
Talos, we can get that sent up to you with some toothpaste.
Just a little light reading before I nod off.
We gotta go downstairs to get those tombs. Not requested by everybody, but we do have it.
Oh. And an orange juice. No,
I need Talos and an orange juice.
Please. You and Gale actually have a double.
Sweet.
Or I'm sorry, you and Tormund have a double room which you guys have set in. Dirakt's just next door. Probably already assed out at this point. May or may not even made it out of his armor.
Tell me, Gale. Outside of the lodge, you ever stayed any place like this?
Once or twice. When I had to travel for business with my father. But not very often, no.
Wait. You're telling me your father would take you to a place like this? Guildhall?
Well, he is a businessman. He does business with guilds all the time. He would not stay here. He would make me stay here.
Where would he stay?
Whatever is, I don't know, the cool, great place for people to stay. He would choose, and then he would tell me it was a lesson. It was to learn the trade of the business, to understand the language, and to understand what it takes. Yada, yada, yada. It was just bullshit. So it was only a couple times. He doesn't take me very often, only when he needs to prance me around in front of people.
You know, Gale, your old man might have been an asshole. But letting you stay in places like this, considering where you grow up, probably the best thing he could have ever done. It's a whole, what's good for the goose is good for the gander type of thing. Except he never bought into it. So I think you're a better man than he is. I don't even know him. Even if you stayed one night in a place like this, suppose to him would try and teach you a lesson by staying in a very noble guild hall like this. He either forgot where he came from or never earned where he gets to sit. I don't know your father, Gale. But I'll tell you right now, I think a shit ton better of you for staying in a place like this than I do for him.
You know,
you asked me earlier what growing up in Gancaster was like. but not like this.
Not that bad.
Definitely not the best. Exactly. No. It's not that bad. You got people like Magdalene and her staff looking out for you. This is what it's all about. This is why we took up this fight in this realm. This is why Cryovane needs to be put to sleep for a long time. That's why I'm glad Dirakt brought us out here.
You know, the few times that I've stayed, it's only been once or twice. I didn't bother looking around, talking to people. To me, it felt like punishment. So I went out, drank, got to a point where I could barely stand, would pass out in the room, oversleep. Usually my father would be pissed in the morning, and then I would leave. But not this time. This time well, got to see a little bit more. It's nice. Different, but nice.
Well, there is that over drinking part. Tormund pulls up a wineskin he smuggled out of the fucking guild hall.
That's not made from your wheat ass, is it?
Ah.
Okay, good.
The hard-working people of Phandalin made this.
Do you want to try something I have?
Ow. Shot for shot. I'll play this game. What do you got?
Rummage through my my sack, and I'm trying to like find, and then I find this like very ornate flask, and it's so gaudy, over the top, it's disgusting. And he like cracks it open and like hands it to you. This was a gift from one of the guild hall leaders, something. It was a gift of, honor for our arrival and the negotiations being successful and this and that. And, a lot of this is showboatmanship, right? I am the future of the business, so they want to appease me now so that I will look favorably upon them when we're doing future business endeavors. So this is, frankly, I have no fucking clue, but apparently is the best of the best of the best for whatever fucking city, town, whatever. I don't even remember who gave it to me, but I know it's very expensive and it is of the finest whiskey you can find.
Tormund's gonna tip it up. Take a sip. It tastes like shit.
Really?
He's gonna wince back and try and fake that it tastes good.
What, do you not like it?
Oh, Gail, it's just this is high call. No, I'm sorry. It tastes like asshole.
Did it? He takes it and tastes a little swig. No, I mean it. I think it tastes fine. You don't like it? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought maybe you would.
Take your high flutin'. Drink it against this. He holds out that wineskin. He swiped off the table.
Takes a swig. Oh, it is dry. I hate dry wine. got a good fruit note, but other than that, it's not my cup of tea. But I tell you what, if we're just trying to drink to get drunk, this works. Takes another swig. Passes it back to you.
And that's the commonality, Gale. Says Tormund's starting to tilt just a little over to the side as he's gotten too deep into the sauce. It's different strokes for different folks. At the end of the day, we're all drunkards. We're all going towards the same end, one way or another. Whether it's Fangelin's greatest wheat wine, or it's high proof whatever from Neverwinter. Every man pushes to be better than he is, and the spirits help take them there. Sets his head back and starts to drift in his own mind. Room kind of starts to spin for a moment.
Gale just smirks. Passes out.
As sleep takes hold on both of you, I need both of you to roll wisdom saving throws.
Shit. Not my strength. But it will still be a 17. Let's
16.
go.
What'd you roll, Gail?
16.
16. As you guys both crest hard into a well-worn, fed, and now well-buzzed slumber. Both of you begin to have vivid dreams. See sights and sounds of the Neverwinter Woods where you met. Recurring times you shared when you skinned your first deer. And these are simultaneous, even though you don't know it. Both of you are experiencing this at the same time. And almost in a third person like fashion, as you're seeing, recounting this moments, it looks like you see Arconan take off in a dead sprint through the woods. He's being chased. You can see a large thunderboar on his tail as he's weaving through these woods. Still just making his way through. That boar is gaining on him, ripping through the woods. It's almost 10-15 feet by him, and then you see the maws of a massive white dragon rip that boar in two. as it tears in a path of frozen destruction, weaves through and spreads. At this time, your body's elevated, looking down upon Neverwinter Woods in just a sheet of ice. And that's where we will end this week.
Oh man, dude, legit, right there. That one for you, right there.
Great episode, guys. It's good to get you guys some bonding time again off the road. You got to experience one of our RP episodes finally.
Oh yeah, no, I was looking forward to it. You know, it's been nonstop action.
Hustle and bustle.
Man,
Oh,
what a way to end it too. Jesus.
You haven't had a nightmare where Cryovane's been in the back of your mind in a while. And that one's gonna be a new one to intrude into Gale's.
Yeah, that's interesting.
A fun psychological reminder that yet those Thunderboars were some of the meanest things that you've ever seen.
There's something a lot meaner.
there's something a whole lot meaner.
There's yet still another beast. And for old iDuck TV for dropping a couple of 5 spots. I'm here for TheeLEGIT. He is an awesome human being.
That's my buddy Duck. He watches every he plays games, and I have a couple friends that do this, but they always tune in and they watch. And he told me tonight, he was like, yeah, like, oh, it's really good. And then he's like, told me, yeah. So it was, yeah. Thank you, Duck. I appreciate you.
He's probably not here at the end, but hey, now you have a spot where you can clip it.
Yep. I will let him know. Man.
So good.
Of course, Channel 1 is here now. Why wouldn't it be?
Come enjoy what we have to offer.
You're here for Randy.
Dude, honestly, bring Magdarin back. Really?
Dude, Magdarin did a little bit of work in the South. What a perfect opportunity to have her help out in the kitchen at the guild hall. While Randy's showing off whatever new bullshit he's constructed. Now remember, he created harvesting bots in this. So, a little bit of improv laid over. I was like, yeah. So you thought you were gonna go see Aaliyah, and then you saw your first love.
You notice that there's a difference in how Tormund treats her as opposed to Hister.
Well, as much as I'd love to start a love triangle with your father and son characters over my grandma figure. Yes, that's right, Adam. I always have a problem with motherly figures over here.
Wow.
Captain.
Go ahead, Captain Dog Poop just wants to f them all.
I think I need to reevaluate my choices.
Watch out when you drink with this man in character.
Oh God. I was really hoping to meet the Guildmaster tonight. I was gonna have so much fun with that.
Oh,
The
you had way
Guildmasters.
more fun with this.
Oh, I did. That was beautiful.
You got to
This
meet one of the
was-
iconic characters from Game of Saving Throws, is endeared by all, who hasn't got to show up because you haven't been in Bryn Shander in so long. And
She's fantastic.
we have not RP'd since she's become a widow either, which is crazy to think. That's like 30 episodes ago. 40 episodes ago.
I'm trying to think because Hister sent her a pigeon before we left.
You sent her a pigeon. We just haven't RP'd it in person.
Oh yeah, I mean that, and that was before we left.
I may have done a flashback scene where she's read the note, but that's been it. If that,
no, I mean it's happened in your head because we've never played it out in the actual campaign of saving throws. Wow. Holy crap. It's been forever.
Yeah, you haven't you've been around north, you just haven't. I mean, what are you going to Bryn, there's got to be a reason you're going to Bryn Shander.
We're not picking up sheriff badges, that's for sure.
Oh my god. Oh, that was great. I love these because I have zero. When I do a RP episode, chat, I don't write a thing because I know, like, I have strong enough players. It's amazing. We're just gonna go and we'll just go from there. We could have been in Neverwinter tonight. We could have been whatever you guys chose. That's where we were gonna go.
We almost went to Neverwinter until I got in my head that, all right, maybe we can go to Fandolin and not see Harbin. And if we see Harbin, then I've got an ace in the hole because Tormund really does not want to lose this bet.
Yeah, Dirakt was definitely pimping you about, like, not all the time you come back with the solution. Sometimes you got to bullshit it for your wage. That was he was trying to teach you a life lesson that, like, maybe sometimes it is okay to lie to stretch some time.
That was the thing that got him to move from, all right, let's just head to Neverwinter and see how we can move this forward and possibly get out of this situation, to, you know what, you're right, Fandolin's just down the road, it's less travel time and we can restock, and who knows who we'll meet.
Oh my god, you got an item E dropped at just the right time. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Magdrin found one of these left in the seat,
yeah, just dropped this amazing health potion, just whoops.
Well, you know what, if you're a miner in Fandolin and you've been doing it for some time, hell yeah, that's your lifeline right there, man. Got an extra health pot in case you get hurt, trapped.
Did I just get a card from a nat 20? Did I see that in chat right?
You did?
Redeem religion +1.
It's a +1 to a religion check, one-time use.
Nice. I will say that tonight, like, sure, like we're telling the story and everything, but like there's times where, like, I'm as much a viewer as, like, I am, like, role playing and acting, or like, it's just like, man, sometimes I just find myself just like, go on.
Oh, totally, dude. I think that's everybody. Like, I got to sit back and kick back and see you guys bond and get to see that as something that a lot of times when Dirakt as a character is sleeping or in another room, or, like, I get to see that and I immediately get to be a fan. That's when it's good, man. When the RP's good, and it's hard to be this comfortable in your skin and to do what we do. But I'm telling you, when you get to that point, it's just I don't know. It's very natural. It doesn't feel out of my skin at all.
That scene you painted, by the way, on the beach. Oh my god.
That's been. That's kind of been our chat. MO on,
right? Like, chat, was that not incredible? That scene of just like, you just like like Sebastian and all the crabs just pulling it, and then it's just like this major cleanse of, like, that whole era. And I also love that no one knows what I carved on the stone because no one looked. Oh, it's great. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't know what you carved on the stone.
It's nothing. It's a dick. No,
it's a dick. It's a dick butt. Yeah, we've had some extraordinary scenes come out of Tormund's quest, but one thing that we're really big on is honoring the dead. And this is the first time where I felt the need, like, okay, this is above and beyond. We're not just one or two. We need to peel back a little layer and give a little bit of flashback for Dirakt.
Yep.
And see that, okay, no stranger to a mass funeral.
Yeah, I mean, even that flashback, just like I'm imagining this, just like in front, this just field of bodies, you know, and then you like you pull up to the Phoenix perspective, and it's just like ash behind him as he's walking in this like, and it was just like, I was there. That was crazy.
We were all there. It was freaking cool, man.
Whew.
And you know, we cleansed, you know, no longer the Tower of Storms.
Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to have the time to, I don't know, set that right, because we made it, you could clear that area and move on really quick, but what was going on there was really fucked up. I mean, that's experimentation on your own humankind, you know?
Yep.
And I'm glad we spent a little bit more time on it than just, okay, we cleared it out.
Essentially, we're trying to brute force evolution.
Yeah. Very, 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 you know, Nazi vibes with that. And I'm glad we were able to turn what is a really silly crab into something cool.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Under the sea. You know how to whale you under the sea.
It doesn't sound like Sebastian. It sounds like March Shot.
Under the sea.
Under the sea. I'm the owner of the Cincinnati Reds.
I'm telling you, darling, I've been smoking a 6-pack for like 17 years now. I don't know how longer I can do this.
You want to date yourself, bring up baseball. You want to really date yourself, bring up an ancient owner of the Cincinnati Reds that nobody's gonna know.
I didn't know you could chain smoke a crustacean.
Ding, fries are done.
That's awesome.
Dude, great. I'm excited. Can't wait for what holds next week when you guys wake up and share notes, man.
Cryovane.
No doubt. We'll put a bow on this bad boy, and as always, we love you guys, but you know what we don't love?
Coronavirus.
Wash your damn hands.
Wear a mask, you dirty animal.
Love you guys. See you next week.